Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Today I'm peeling the paint off of my car. I got into a wreck a couple weeks ago and the insurance check finally came in. It's in the bank and I'm just gonna repaint the whole car. I'm going with an orange, I believe it's called Koi Orange. And I'm gonna have a color shift pearl on top of that. It's got yellow, bronze, gold, and copper in it. So I think that'll turn out pretty good. But anyway, so I have to peel off the old flat white. And I'm just gonna do a short video, or it might not end up being so short, you know how mine are. But anyways, just a couple tricks that I'm learning along the way. It's not always as easy as they make it seem in the videos. So, you can't just like grab this and just pull with like a huge sheet. One of the things I've learned is you kind of want to pull out towards the edges so you can get right up on the edge and peel them out. And this is kind of how I've been going along the whole way, just doing this to keep it a big sheet. Because if you don't, you'll have little pieces everywhere, like you already see on the ground. I'll show you some of those. There are pieces of freaking paint everywhere. And see, this is the spot right here. It's kind of a pain in the butt. See, and if I just pull straight this way, it'll just peel right through. And I put quite a few layers on here. I did not just put like 1 or 2 layers. I put quite a few. So anyways, like I said, you just kind of want to peel outwards towards the edges so you can get it off good. Because there's some spots, see if I can find some right now. I think I've already cleaned them up. There you go, right there. Where basically, of course, I didn't go under the car when I was spraying, but you're gonna have this. And to get the least amount of that as possible, you want to pull outwards. The other thing I'm going to do is I got some, it's like a goof off type thing. It really does pretty good at like breaking up the PlastiDip. And so I'm going to spray that on there, and then I'm going to get my pressure washer, and I'm just going to blow it off. I think that'll work out pretty good. There's also some spots like up here in the cracks. They're gonna be a pain in the butt. It's a big, huge crack right there at the top of my window. And so yeah, the PlastiDip down in there was a pain in the butt. I just used a brush to get that out. But anyways, so I got to get peeling. As you can see with this white, it really kind of sucked up a lot of the stains and stuff. I had it on since September, so that's about 9 months, and it was just getting ridiculous to clean. There's just so many stains that wouldn't come off. I had a couple tricks that I was gonna share, but I never ended up making a video about how to get it clean, super clean. One of the tricks is using a Mr. Clean Magic Erase and using Kaboom in the aerosol can. figured out for doing like parts like this, where you've got a narrow band down the middle and you've got an edge up here and an edge down here. I just took a knife and run it across. I don't dig into the paint or anything like that, but just kind of run an edge so that it has somewhere to split. Also, I'm re-PlastiDipping this pretty soon, and I don't give a shit about the paint job underneath. So, I mean, actually, using a razor blade might be a bad idea. I used a dull knife earlier, and like I said, just barely touch it, and it'll leave at least like a little crease or a line that will allow you to peel everything off. So that way you can peel up like this, and you can get good on that edge. And you can also, of course, peel down. And if you if you sprayed a good amount of PlastiDip, you can get good on that edge too. One of the things I was talking about earlier was how it just leaves a bunch of this stuff here that you're really not going to be able to get off without some kind of chemical or something. So like I said, what I'm going to do is just spray some stuff on there, some like PlastiDip release agent or something that'll, you know, kind of break up the PlastiDip but won't, of course, harm the paint job underneath. And then I'm going to hit it with my pressure washer. Alright, so a tip I just figured out is to run the razor blade along the edge so you can peel your edges a lot easier like that, and you can get big solid chunks in the middle. Makes taking it apart a lot easier. You just barely drag it on there. You'll probably, if you're pushing it to where you think it'll cut it, you're pushing too much. Just barely drag it across the edge. Not even any pressure on there. And it should come right up. Makes it a bit easier. Alright, so this tip is for you guys that have some spots that didn't get a very thorough coat, very many coats on them, so they're just kind of hard to peel off. They don't come off by themselves. What I'm using is this stuff right here. I just got it from the local hardware store, and it smells pretty good. It smells like limes and stuff. It's apparently not bad for the environment, all that fun stuff. So right here in my wheel well is my problem area. And you can kind of see it right there where it's not wanting to peel, and it would take forever to get those little pieces off. A lot of people have problems whenever they do their rims too. They don't do a very thorough coat, or they don't do very many coats, and then they have it. I've seen quite a few people post on Facebook asking to pay somebody to remove the stuff off their car. See, like I was talking about earlier in the video, little pieces like that down there. You spray that on there, let it sit for a minute or two, and then you can get a pressure washer. And that's what I've got. I just bought a little shitty pressure washer from Home Depot. I think it was about $100, and gives you everything you need, and you just blast that off, and I'll show that to you in a second. Okay, so I've let it sit for a few minutes, and I've got the pressure washer hooked up. You might not be able to hear me talking over it because it's kind of loud, but here we go. This dude peels right off. Alright, it's done. One thing I will warn you is that stuff will remove your PlastiDip anywhere you spray it. So just be careful. I got some on my rim, and that one's getting repainted, or they're all getting repainted anyways. You can see right there where I got one little drip on the rim, and it just ate right through it. So yeah, it just sprays right off. Sometimes the little pieces that it sprays off, it may blast all over your car. And that'll actually kind of stick to it a little bit because of the oily residue that stuff right there leaves behind. just get a bottle of Dawn and just wash your car when you're done with everything. It won't adhere to your car, but the Dawn will break up the grease and the oil, and it will allow it to be removed really easily.